Alright everyone, so Josh first back at it again with some more Epic 7, and today we're going to quickly talk about Kise's build and how good she really is, my full analysis breakdown. Now this will be hopefully not too long of a video because we do have maintenance dropping in about 13 minutes from now, so I got to definitely be kind of quick. So, Kise, let's go ahead and take a look at my current build right now. Now, as you can see, I'm just running the lifesteal set from Abyss. Now, it's not really the set that I would prefer to put on her. I'd prefer probably to put attack and crit or HP and crit. I do think that attack and crit might be the most optimal build for her, especially if you can get some HP main stats for some of that armor to kind of get her HP as high as possible. That way, it'll benefit her skill 3. I have gotten her to +5 so far in skill enhancement, and I do have her at max level. I will be taking her to a 6-star. She will be my next 6-star, and I have already tested it out. I used the same exact armor with the same amount of awakenings, and this was before I did skill enhancements, and I did a damage test in the same area of like Wyvern, for example, and I did the same with Sez. She actually out damages Sez, which is absolutely phenomenal. So in my opinion, you can actually take Sez out and put her in, or you can run both if you really want to, but that might be too many ice units, especially if you're like me and you're running DN, or if you're even running like a healer like Angelica. That might be just too much ice. But I'm gonna say it though. She is a beast. She's actually phenomenal. She's amazing. I love everything about her. Skill set's pretty nice. A lot of people were kind of worried because her 4-turn cooldown and her 5-turn cooldown might seem like a lot because that's 2 skills with a mid to high cooldown, but you can actually get a cooldown on your skill 3 on skill 2, and you can get a cooldown on skill enhancement 3 on her 3 skill as well. So you can actually take that down to a 4-turn, and you can actually take this down to a 3-turn. And what's really interesting is her skill 1 is actually pretty damn relevant and powerful, because her skill 1 giving you that 70% increased damage if you are fighting an enemy that has a barrier up, including Wyvern, for example. You are doing tons of damage, and let me tell you guys what. I took her into Wyvern, and she just completely murders the Wyvern's barrier. She absolutely obliterates it. And if you take her into PvP, and especially if you have like a support unit on your team that can do armor breaking, like for example Falcon or Clury, if you use Falcon or Clury's S3 first on any of your opponent's enemies on the in PvP, and then you use Kise's S3, oh my god, she just completely obliterates it. I completely shattered Armin's defense capabilities, which was insane. By the way, if you guys were not aware, penetration ignores target's defense when inflicting damage. Absolutely disgusting, and she gets that 60% penetration of defense by default, and it's absolutely insane. And if you run her with for example, I'm running her with Candlestick because I like her with Candlestick personally. This might not be the optimal for some of you, but I really love running Candlestick with her in the front if she's running Lifesteal, because she's going to be replenishing her HP, so she's keeping her HP at a pretty high number for the most part, so that HP percentage of whatever her current HP is will work well with her S3, and she'll be getting that 36% cooldown, because right now I have like my Candlestick at like +24. I couldn't take it to 30, but I don't have enough resources yet to do so. So that's cool. Another thing that I also was playing around with was Elha's Knife. Elha's Knife was also really cool because you get that additional penetration of defense, so that could work really, really well with her S2, and kind of even good with all 3 of her skills, to be honest. So pretty awesome there. You could also run like Dust Devil, for example, if you really want, or RNL. Those are just some examples that could be really, really good with Kise. I don't have those, unfortunately, so I can't test those for you guys. But Candlestick with her in the front works pretty nice, and Elha's Knife is also very, very good for that additional penetration, especially when you're talking about her S2. Another thing to note, she scales with her S3 to current HP, not max HP. So Lifesteal really isn't a bad option to go, because you're going to keep maintaining your HP. But if you have a spot healer, especially with skill enhancement, or I'm sorry, with skill tree enhancements like Clury, that's going to keep giving you a little bit of spot healing throughout the game as well, to keep her maintained at a pretty consistent HP number. That would work as well. But I feel like the best build that you could do for her, personally, from what I'm seeing and what she can do and what she's capable of doing, and take advantage of all 3 of her skills, is I would say go attack and crit. except for her attack and crit. You need to make sure that you get as many main stat HPs, especially on the right side of her armor, as percentages as best as possible. That way you can try to maximize her HP. I would really love to get Kise probably over 10k, maybe even 11k HP, but still maintain pretty good attack and critical hit chance and damage at the same time, because she will hit extremely hard. Like I said, I put her in a similar test, exactly using the same armor that I'm using right now, but on Says, using the same catalyst, both level 50, and this was before I enhanced her skills, and she actually out damaged Says, which was absolutely phenomenal, which I expected that she was going to do so. So she's actually a really strong ice unit to throw on there as a high DPSer, and can ignore basically defense and barriers. She's just absolutely amazing. So if some of you are on the fence if should I pull her or not, you know, hopefully this video will help kind of lean you in one way or another, but I'm telling you right now, she's absolutely amazing. I expect her to have a high rating on the community tier list. If she doesn't, then somebody's not building her right, because she's phenomenal. So anyways, that's going to be it for the video. I just want to talk a little bit about my current build, what build I would love to have on her, and some of the, you know, catalysts that you could throw on her, some of her skills and how they work, how well they're doing. Like I said, she's very, very powerful in Hunt, very, very powerful in PvP, and even in PvE, she can clear some mobs really, really nice, just like Sez could. So I feel like, in my opinion, she's like an upgraded version of Sez, and she also has that potential to completely shred defenses, and she's a tank killer. Just phenomenal, phenomenal unit. Very glad I was able to pull her. For those of you who pulled her as well, congratulations, you got yourself a really powerful unit. So yeah, that's gonna be it for my Kise video. I'm gonna be working on her, trying to build her up even more, get her over that 40k CP mark, and maybe even showcase her with some gameplay sometime down the road when I build her up a little bit more to where I want her to be. So anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Be sure to subscribe for some more Epic 7 content. Until next time, make sure you subscribe. Like I said, join us in the Discord below. Drop a like on the video if you did as well. Until then, enjoy the rest of your holidays. Peace.